Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Or
I
just
thought...
start. Don't put in
It's
any
live.
of this down.
It's live.
Oh, all of it's good in.
It's not. It's not.
Oh,
This is a
fucking-
clip. That there was a
Don't
clip.
put that. I don't know speak no English. I come from other country.
Oh, he's gone from it was a limited company to don't fucking put that in.
I know.
There was a guy at a gig last night at the Empire. He was from Iraq. And I said, "Where are you from?" He was like, "Baghdad." I said, "Brilliant. Where do you live in Belfast?" He went, "Sandy Row." And I went,
Of course he
out
does.
of the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah. God's sake.
Fucking hell.
So it was good.
Imagine Googling places like where to live.
Where to live in Belfast?
And
And
he's
why
like,
have you come from
Sandy
Baghdad? Do you not want peace, man? Do you not want
Says
peace
you
and
who
quiet
lives
in your life?
East Belfast with that accent.
What?
Says you who lives in East Belfast.
Yeah, but
with that
I'm
accent.
cross-community comedian. I'm
Right.
cross-community. I'm cross-community
You get a
comedian.
grant.
Do you
I
know?
fucking love it over there, man.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it. I'll never leave.
You'll never leave East
I-
Because
Belfast.
they won't let you out.
No, 2 years I've lived here, and I, if you said to me, Andrew, this is it now for the rest of your life, I wouldn't be unhappy. I'd be like, yeah, totally fine with that.
I don't
Right
know if that's the barometer that you should be measuring your happiness on by just going, I wouldn't be unhappy. Like if that's the height.
I'm totally no,
Do
but
you know, like,
Yeah.
Well,
where's your life? I'm not unhappy.
what's your life? I'm not unhappy, but I'm not happy.
Yeah.
No, like I'm content. I'm fine.
Content is happy though.
I've done
surely.
I've done London, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine, it's good, and I get a buzz out of it, but I'm totally fine with it.
Do you get a buzz out of doing England?
Love it.
Do you?
Crave it.
I get. Nah, I was going to say I can think of nothing worse. I can think of loads of things worse.
No, the difference is it's the travelling, it's
Yeah.
going over there, it's the organisation of it all. You have 1,000 kids and like a lot of responsibilities. Andrew's out here flying his kite,
I've
having
no
a
kids,
ball.
live on my own.
He's doing his own thing.
I might have a bagel after this in my own time.
Yeah, well, we had bagels yesterday, so fuck up.
Yeah, but like
We can-
that
we-
fuck up
you're-
thing as well as another thing.
They
that
also
annoys
don't
me.
cancel each
The
other
fuck-
It
out.
annoys you.
The fuck off thing. I
It's
just don't get
endearing
the
though.
fuck
It's
thing.
not. There's no malice behind it.
Fuck
Do you know
off,
what I mean?
it's fuck off. Like
Yeah.
everywhere else in the world is fuck off. Up here
I-
it's fuck up.
Witnessed you tell somebody in Lavery's audience last week to fuck up.
Yeah, because I'm trying to integrate as a comedian, and I say we now.
You say
So
we.
I'm just going to go there for a wee coffee, and then I always say my daddy.
My daddy.
Northern Irish people always say like my wee daddy,
No, we go, who's my daddy?
my wee daddy.
It's weird that you say Northern Ireland. I've noticed that a few times from
Now,
you. Is that because you live in the
this
east?
is a situation that I've had to deal with. So I actually wrote stand up on what to say about this place.
Like a Gabe.
So I've said like, oh yeah, where do you live? And I would always kind of say, I live up in Northern Ireland, and then people would say like, it's not Northern Ireland, it's the North. I'm like, oh fuck, I fucked up here. Where do you live? I live in the North. It's not the North, it's Northern Ireland. So I just say I live in Belfast now.
Yeah. It's a tricky thing because I, have been raised in a way where we've always said the North instead of Northern Ireland, right? So, but when I do things like the blame game, I always feel like to clarify what I'm talking about, if it's for a specific joke or something, that sometimes Northern Ireland makes sense to say. Like I did a clip last week where I talked about Northern Ireland booze smuggling at the World Cup, right? But my favourite thing is to put that clip online and watch people fight like fuck in the comments. I have people like back and forth arguing about whether I'm a Catholic or a Protestant on TikTok. Her name's Diona Doherty. She's obviously a Catholic. Well, why'd you say Northern Ireland? She's obviously a Protestant. Maybe it's just the names going down the family. Like it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just sitting back watching that shit unfold, and it's really entertaining.
You'd have been better posting a photo of James McLean with a puppy and just going discuss.
Yeah.
You'd have been better doing
Buy
that.
tickets to
Same
my
thing.
show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think is? I think it's fantastic that
he doesn't
people are
wear a
fighting
puppy?
in the comments and not on the streets.
Oh.
Yes.
And I think that
They're
is
too lazy.
progress.
That's what it's came to. People are too
when
lazy.
you say like about success of this island and what's happened here, so since the mid-90s when you had the Good Friday Agreement, you've gone, say, whatever, 30 years now or 25 years now or whatever that is, right? And you've gone from the streets to the comment section on TikTok as the big issues. I think that is serious progress.
That's
So
it.
fair play to everyone
In this
for
field-
fighting on the comments on
In this field, it's progress, but for everything else, it's a backward step. Where things used to be in
Well, Northern
in
Ireland is 20
face-to-face.
years behind anything. It's
I know,
20 years
I know.
behind a lot of things.
Yeah.
You can't even pay contactless on a bus from Belfast International into the city centre.
No, neither you should.
But you
Unbelievable.
can't pay contactless.
We don't want
You have
to.
to give them cash.
Because he loves using his little machine.
And
you
the
know, where he-
fucking cash machine was
the
broken
coins.
the day I went to do it. Like, this is how can you not have contactless on the bus?
Unreal.
Well,
Sorry, first world problem.
I know, do you know what? I meant to look into, because I saw a thing this morning about like how a cashless society is like really detrimental to us all. Like we're moving into a cashless society. We need to, but that I would like to look into that more. So this is a very
Well, I'm protesting against a cashless society. Is there any way you could support me by PayPaling me some cash?
crowdfunding.
Fucking don't mind, but everything's cashless. It's gonna be
Yeah.
so what?
It really is. You're going to go to a gig.
No, I don't know if it should be or not. I need to read somebody else's opinion and
Cash
decide
will
whether
never
I agree
leave.
with them or not.
Not as long as old women live, there will always be cash.
A wee pound on your way to the door.
Oh yeah, there's money hidden.
See,
in
if you
houses.
use cash though, that's power to the man. See, if you use contactless, you're paying into the rich people's pockets because you think of who
part of
owns
the
the
man, you mean
banks.
part of the people.
Part of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't say like, oh, I don't want to give the banks any money. That's like, but when you buy a car, that car company is linked to a bank. Everything is linked to banks.
That's why the richest people in the world
Are getting
all
richer.
run all the banks.
Exactly, because that's every single thing you do is going to be linked to a bank.
Yeah.
You haven't seen under our mattress.
No, but
shit.
everything in this room is linked to a bank. You bought this chair because you paid with money from your bank account,
Yeah.
and that transaction incurred a fee or a charge, or the bank then would be able to make money off that transaction through some way.
Although we're about to get heating delivered and we're about to pay for it in stone cold cash.
Yeah.
Literally stone cold because we've no heating.
Yeah, because the heating ran out last night.
So are you oil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come and he
Oil and gas.
puts the tube in, does he? So why don't you turn the gas on?
Gas is just for the cooker.
Right, I'm gas only, but you know what I
Yeah.
did?
Your house is gas heating?
Can you run out of gas? No.
Listen to what I did.
Go.
Listen to what I did, Sean. Cute little whore here, like cute little southern Mexican. Right? I'm with Firmus, and Firmus put their gas prices up by, say, fucking 60% on the 1st of October. Or no, the 3rd of October this year. But I'm on the card, and you're only allowed to put £49 on the card. So I went down to Centra, put £49 on it on the 2nd, put it into the machine, went back down to Centra, another £49. I did £300 worth of gas.
You went to Centra 18 times?
No,
I'm only joking.
6 times, 7 times,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
I'm pretending I can't count.
I'm sorry, I don't get jokes. That's one thing about me, is I don't actually get jokes doing it. And but the thing is that so I'm eventually building up a rapport with the cashier. I'm like, all right, mate, do that. So I put £300 on the cheaper rate. So then when the rate went on up in the third, I'd already bought the gas, and now I'm hoping to get that £400 voucher that's coming in January. So that'll get me right up. And I looked at my gas expenditure, but I'm away to Dubai tomorrow for 2 weeks. So
Are you?
Yeah, I'm doing a tour in Dubai, so I've no gas on for 2 weeks. So.
That is
Excellent.
tactical thinking.
Always do your away tours during the winter, so you don't have to pay your gas.
Do you ever have somebody knocking your door asking about electricity, and they're like, "Who's your provider? Do you know, you come to us, you get this, you get
switches.
that."
Just press that switch, they provide it. The switch provides it.
He's the
Ours
worst.
is fucking torture. We get one person a week knocking our door, going, "Who's your provider?
And
Do you
Sean
want to move this?
changes
Do you want to
it
move this?"
all the time.
It changed so much. It got to a point where I was like, "Here, come back on Friday at 1 o'clock. Fight whoever's here, and whoever wins, knock the door and just let me know." And that's who our
Well,
energy
what happened the
provider will
last
be.
time is that our electricity ran out. It's a top up, and I was all here when you top up electricity, and neither of us knew who we were with. We didn't know who our energy provider was anymore.
You see,
and I
Tell
had
them the
to-
rest.
Aye, and I had to
You were on the phone for how long? About 3 hours.
about 3 hours on hold.
Like
And
no
when
joke, about 3 hours. Not
to see whatever it
Yeah.
was, and then whenever I got through, they were like, "You're not with us." And then I had to ring somebody else then after that there, and actually what happened is that we were still with our old provider. It was a real arse about face thing, and I was absolutely raging because it was very busy that day, and I had to be the person on the phone the whole day because he couldn't remember. He swapped it over and couldn't remember who he swapped to.
because we swapped so much.
Yeah. This isn't marriage guidance.
I
No,
know,
this
I
is
know.
marriage avoidance. Avoid this.
Can I just say, you too have two things that would drive me insane there now. Lack
Northern
of
accent.
top of your admin. I know.
Lack of on top of our
I can
admin.
tell you the rate I'm paying for my electric at the moment. The unit,
Really?
the kWh, the kilowatt hour.
Well,
I can tell you everything.
I am on top of our admin. Sean changed the thing. Sean's not on top of our admin. He doesn't so much as make a dentist appointment. I do all the shit. I have a folder. I have all my bits in it. Now, I don't know the rate and stuff because
21p,
that,
yeah,
to me, is anal.
But it's my money. So why would I want to give it away? If I can spend 20 minutes saving myself 50 quid a year.
A year?
don't care.
Fuck that. 50 quid
I'm
a year.
worth
50
that.
quid a week, I would do
So
20
50
minutes.
No, but like that's only on 50 quid a year on one thing. You know, I move my
80p
car.
a
I
week.
move my car roadside recovery every year. So I'm with RAC now. So I got it for £7 for 18 months, and then when that goes, I go back to the A and I get the new introductory offer with the A, and then when that expires, I go over to RAC and I get the next introductory offer with RAC.
We got told. So we have had a lot of car trouble over the years. Like, I mean, a lot more than your average person. It's become a wee bit like we're cursed, right? Cars break down. Shit happens all the time. I had 5, what do you call them? Flat tires in the space of like 6 months, all on the motorway.
Oh, I used to pull in.
On the motorway and change it on the motorway. Usually I pull out in about 30 seconds. There's some man in a van's there to help, so it's great. But one time Sean rang the AA to be like, I've broken down again, and they went, sorry, you've used all your uses.
We get 3 call-outs, don't you?
No, we had about 5 or 6.
We had about 6, I think.
They were like, you're done. He had to join the RAC on his phone because he was like, they were like, you're not allowed to call it. Don't. He was like, they were like, stop calling us. We will not come help you anymore. We're done. It's like a breakup.
I'm a medical marvel. People are going to study me after I die, going, he had so many opportunities to kill himself. Why did he not do it? And like, I'm going to be studied. Sean
has the worst luck. And no joke, since I married him, he's given it to me. He's done bad shit in a previous life. Because he has the worst luck.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be.
You've got it now, just for being here.
Just for being here.
Am I trapped here? Like, is this some sort of seance I'm getting involved
The only way we can make our lives easier is by giving you a bit of our shit.
Let's get a bit. Let's get the southerner in, and let's fucking mix it up.
Dubai tomorrow. I knew that. 9/11. What do you say?
Have you been to Dubai before?
4 times.
Do you love it?
Fuck off. 4 times
for the heat.
Oh.
And the World Cup.
And the golf.
And the World Cup.
You're bound to play golf.
No, I'm going to the World Cup.
Are you actually?
Going over there to meet with the head of the Qatari government, sort out all the issues.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who we need?
Just going to sit there and go, I'm here for the issues.
So, you're not going to Qatar, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to go on Monday.
Are you?
Week, yeah.
So come here, whenever you go to Dubai, how many shows are you doing?
Do 9. No, 6. No, 6, potentially 8. I'm going to Saudi Arabia as well for a day.
Quite fun.
Interesting, yeah. Like, I've done the trip before. You're only performing to Irish people.
Right.
Irish
Expats?
Yeah, I'll call them.
There's so many.
They're immigrants.
There's so many
Irish immigrants that live in. I hate the word expat.
Right.
Because it implies that you're better than the superior than the local race. You know.
Does it?
It kind of does. Yeah. I think immigrant is the better thing, but I go maybe every 18 months. And the first time I went to Doha, and I couldn't. You know, I was just so excited. Like, I didn't even own a laptop when I went to Doha. Like, I didn't know anything about the history of the country or what was going on. Had a great time, went to Dubai. I had family living out in Dubai, so that was great. Do the gigs are fine. And then they just invited me back every year, and you go for like a week. And I thought, what a lovely little trip to get, and I use it as my holiday. So I booked it in after I finished my little tour there. So this is my holiday.
Ah.
So I go to for 10, 11 days, and I have 4 nights off.
Brilliant.
And I've got friends out there, cousins, and the hotels are just, I'm staying on the Movenpick in Jumeirah Beach, which is overlooking the sea. I've stayed there before, and it is phenomenal.
Would you not stay a bit longer? Is 4 days enough for you, time off?
Well, you've got the day off to yourself anyway. It's just gigging in the evening. I mean, I'm going on at 9:30 every night and finish at 10, so I have to turn up at the venue 9:25. But the gig is in the hotel, so you just go downstairs.
I mean,
and you get all your food paid.
But how do you feel about being? Because Sean's done cruise ships. Like, how do you feel about being surrounded by the guests who are the people that you're performing to? Do you like if you meet them after your gig?
No, these people live in Dubai.
Oh, so they're not at the hotel.
Oh no, they're coming to the hotel for the gig.
So they're not staying in the hotel.
No, not staying in the hotel.
Oh, that's good. I would feel really awkward.
I did a cruise ship once. Have you done a cruise ship?
He's done it, yeah.
Oh my god.
Worst.
So it wasn't. I did a cruise ship. Me, Chris Ramsey, Joel Dommett were asked to go into this cruise ship for the launch of a Caribbean cruise ship, Caribbean something on the seas.
Right.
Anyway, it was in Southampton in England, and it's only 3 days. And basically, the people who were going to be on the cruise ship were the travel agents, who were then going to have to sell the cruise ship to the customers. Right. But there will be some general public. And I said, I'm not going on a cruise ship, man. I'm not doing a cruise ship. How much? Yeah, I'll go on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So when I fly, so we went on this cruise ship, and it was me and Ed Gamble. Joel Dommett had just left. He'd done 2 nights, and he was like, "Good luck." And I went, it's people, man. People are people. People are people.
Are they?
Well, so we were booked to do 15 minutes each a night. I walked on. I did.
How many minutes did you get to?
11.
11.
At a stretch.
I think Ed Gamble did about 8. And then there was a break. And then there was a second show. And we're backstage going, okay, what is this like? Like, I said, look, I'll compare it. I'll just compare the room. I'll do no material, I'll just compare it. Hey, mate, where are you from? No, I'll just pretend I'm a compare. They didn't bring in a compare from the boat, like a local compare. Nice guy. He comes out, it was all just like impressions and stuff, which is fine. I go out, when I say trauma, like, I have never seen and heard silence like it. So we both died that night, but the following day we're on the ship. So we go to the buffet section that we're supposed to, the buffet restaurant that we're
That's
told.
where I'm crawling inside me to die here, because then you see the guests who the night before.
They came up to us. Tough luck last night, lads.
Oh, the worst.
And then we had to do another gig that night.
He's had the same experience, haven't he?
I did 45 minutes on my own.
They're different people, mate.
It's the only comedian on the ship, and it was mostly like over 80s from Southampton.
And how did you get on?
Hated it.
And did you die every night?
I thought I did okay. I thought I did quite well. It was one of them gigs where you almost get nothing from it. You know, you don't
get paid check.
Love it. You get paid, but you don't love it. You don't enjoy the experience. It's one of those nights where it feels like it's actual work. But then the next day, I was called into the office by the manager, and he was like, "Could you do jokes that they all know?" And I was like, "But you
like Peter
you've
Kay
seen my videos. You've seen my videos. You booked me for what I do. You've seen what I do."
Oh my God.
And you booked me thinking that I would be the right fit. But I was supposed to do 2 45-minute shows of clean material over the course of a week. And I had to stay on that ship for the whole week.
I'm
and
emotional for you now.
My second gig got cancelled.
You got cancelled?
My second gig got cancelled.
He flew. Where'd you fly home from?
Fucking the
somewhere
Netherlands
in
or somewhere.
They
Norway.
basically fucked you off the ship, like.
No, he left
I
himself.
asked. I says, "Could I get off?" I was all, "Where's the next place I can get off?" And I'll fly home myself.
Because they were like, you just stay on the ship then as a guest till the end. And he was like, just the next port, I'm getting off and fly me home.
Then did they pay you full fee?
Yeah, you got paid your full fee.
Yeah, I think I did, yeah.
But he had been booked for about 9 cruises. Before I'd set foot on a single ship, full weeks.
I was booked 6 months, like solid, for fucking 10 days at a time. I was booked to go away over Christmas Day.
Yes.
And I was telling my kids and stuff, I was like, "Here, I have to do it. I have to work." And then there was one of them, it
was the Christmas one. I was allowed to come.
half price or something for you,
kids,
and you got to get on half price. And I got home and I just cancelled every single one of them. I was like, "Fuck this."
So you turned down that money for piece. Fair play to you. That's a lot of respect.
Yeah.
If I was like, right, I've got 9 cruises and this money would help me massively.
Yeah, buy a house or whatever, or
like, okay.
Maybe not, but whatever.
I would figure out a way to probably do it. Now, because I did 3 nights on one, just as a one-off, it was a complete one-off. Mate, there is no way a cruise ship is booking me ever again after some of the stuff I said. My opening gag was, "It's really nice to be here. Oh, look, an Irish guy working for no money on a lower deck. It's like the Titanic all over again. But don't worry, I'm pretty sure the captain of this ship isn't drunk. It'd be mad now, wouldn't it, if this sank?" So I just started going, and they were like, "This not." There was a woman in a mobility scooter just drove off.
It's worse than a hackle, isn't it?
Like, good luck getting into a lifeboat there, man.
Yeah.
I'm just not the right fit.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think if you're a comedian who's doing cruise ships, you sort of have to accept that you're gonna. It's like, do you know the old school comedians who do yarns and they almost like share material? Like the Magic Circle would all share magic jokes.
60 or 70-year-old.
Who tells the stories and the jokes that people already know, and unashamedly that's their thing.
And who the audience can relate to as well.
My mother-in-law, kind of stuff, isn't it?
Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought like you were...
No, like, it's like my mother-in-law jokes and like, you know, an Englishman, Irishman, Scotsman walk into a pub. That kind of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff.
If you're going on there going, "So gluten, guys, gluten."
Yeah.
They're going to be like,
"Have you ever been to Pret a Manger?"
You know when you're just despondent at home and looking into the vacant stare of humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do that.
And I think as well, like there's always this idea or this misconception that like lots of these things about being an entertainer are so cool and glamorous, and perks like going away.
Oh, it's hard.
And then you think, actually, it's really not. Like, it would take a lot for me to leave the country for a job now. Like, whereas years and years ago, I'd have been like, if someone had said to me, oh, you'll go and do a movie or a gig or somewhere or whatever, ship pay, basically no pay or whatever it is, but it's like the experience of getting to go away and travelling to work, I'd have bit your hand off for it. Whereas now, I'm like, you actually need to pay me much, much more. Yeah. Because I know that it's a shit show.
Yeah.
It's never as exciting as you think.
No.
I know. Do you enjoy the travel side of what we do?
No. But I tolerate it. It's short, like, you know, an hour to London, and then a train in. It's very, very doable. Like, if I get a 1 o'clock flight to London, you board at 12:30. I always go from City now. I pay the extra.
Yeah.
Saving it on his RAC.
You know.
Supporting George Best.
Yeah, and then I walk over, you see. I walk to City Airport, you see. So it's easy. So I get into the airport about 1:10, 12. Boom. Land in London at 2. I am where I need to be within an hour. So, you know.
Perfect.
12 o'clock. So 3 hours travelling, go over for 2-3 days. 3 hours back. Job done.
But you said to me the other night, you're done doing that for a while. Next
year, I was going over. This year, I went over 3 times a month. So I was doing maybe 6 to 8 flights. So what I would do, this is what I was doing. This is how crazy it was. I would go over on a Thursday, do a show Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, fly home Sunday, fly back over Tuesday morning for a one-off something, come home Wednesday, go back over Friday.
It's a lot of travel. Yeah.
And I got sick, like. Yeah. And then I was podcasting, trying to do gigs here, run a house, live, see family, see friends.
Yeah, it's too much.
So next year I go over once a month, and it's all manageable, and I go over and I've cut my costs down, so I'm only going over to the gigs now where they give me the hotels. So I focus on my podcast, Cork In The North. And we do our first live podcast in December, and sold out. And the second one we're doing in the Black Box in May, 200 seats. We've a big waiting list for December, so we're going to grow in May as well, you know.
Brilliant. So
I'm going to stay here and spend 2023 focusing on that.
So you're doing December in the Sunflower?
Yeah.
And is Aaron on with you?
It's me and Aaron. Me and Aaron are co-hosts. And then it's William Thompson's popping in. And then we're doing stand-up in the first section for 25 minutes. And then there's a break. And then we do a podcast for an hour and 10. And then an hour. And then at the end of it's Q&A. But they're all podcast fans, like.
Yeah.
And we probably could have sold about 120 tickets with the amount on the waiting list. Because you can see the waiting list thing, and people have messaged directly, like, any way can get in on the night.
That's where you pick another one and direct them to that. Can you not do 2 in the one night?
No, because I come back from Dubai at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it starts at 6.
Good luck.
I fucked that up, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, I did a gig a few weeks ago in Queen's Comedy Club with Mickey Bartlett, and he had just literally arrived from Australia, from a month in Australia, and he was ball-bagged.
Well, I expect
ball-bagged.
Every time I see Mickey, he looks ball-bagged anyway. You're right, Mickey. Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking shattered.
All right, Mickey. He won't be watching this.
No.
He will. Big Lurgan supports Lurgan.
You know, so, yeah, like, I do that, and then I've 3 weeks off for Christmas.
Class.
So and do you think, like, do you enjoy doing live podcast? Like, is this your first one?
First ever one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you haven't, yeah, because I know from talking to people who've done their podcasts live that sometimes it feels so rare because you're so used to I know you're doing stand up in the first half, but you're so used to preparing and doing so much work into like your performance, like if you're doing stand up or whatever it is that you're doing, and there's a lot of prep goes into it, so you feel like you're giving them a polished thing that you've worked really hard on. Whereas obviously podcasting is like conversational and really just chat, and you almost feel as if fuck, are they getting enough, because it feels like, but then that is what they're there for. It's because you're so used to so much prep for stand up.
I said this to Aaron. I said, Aaron, we need to do something wacky on the night, and he went, no. You just do what you do every Thursday.
Yeah, do what they want to come and
so
listen
I said,
to.
what are the topics? He went, no, just go as we go. He said, you'll come back from Dubai, so you'll have stories. You'll have things that have gone wrong. You've said something wrong. You're in. Because the way the podcast is developed is that I'm the angry one all the time.
Yeah.
No.
Aaron's my father. So Aaron will say to me, I'll say to Aaron, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my trip to the MRI scan machine. He went, okay, cool. So I tell how I swore at a nurse, right? By accident. And I get and then Aaron like tries to balance it and then attacks me for being me. He's like, this is so fucking you, you know, like, and so we found this little rhythm that we have.
Yeah.
And he does 3 of the 7 a month. So I do some on the Patreon now. which is me and just other, and like, so I've had politicians,
Still can't get Michelle O'Neill.
Can't get Michelle O'Neill. We've got a girl coming on who does OnlyFans next week. So something to mix up. We have. Have you seen the ladies from the Northern Ireland Mortgage Centre on TikTok? The two girls from the mortgage department.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Brittany and Whitney, I think it is. But they work in Newry and they do mortgages on TikTok. They're professional, but they do quite quirky. They're coming on. Right, so I'm trying to get people. I've got people from the Alliance Party have agreed to come on. My ambition is Michelle O'Neill and also Joe Brolly.
Who's Joe Brolly? Is he English?
Did you? Joe Brolly. He's from Derry.
Right.
The GAA guy.
No.
Joe Brolly. You know Joe Brolly, but he works a lot in RTE, like.
Is it, when you say GAA, is he a player?
No, he was a player, but he's now he's a barrister in Belfast. He's married to Larita Blewett, who's on the Tommy and Hector podcast.
Right, okay.
Yes.
But Joe Brolly is a barrister and also like a GAA pundit, commentator, journalist, kind of sports journalist. But he's he's just like a public figure, you know? He's a great guy, really like him. But Michelle O'Neill went to Paddy McDonald's gig at the...
Seen that? You were there, show was on.
I was on.
Were you on?
Yeah. Me, Darren Matthews and Paddy.
Wow, how was that?
It was brilliant.
And where was she sat?
Yeah. Didn't see her. Probably
not working, is she?
I saw people put photographs up of her in the lobby, like before she went in. Do you know what I mean? Like she.
You see, if I'd have seen that she was there now, I would have asked Paddy, can I go on for 2 minutes?
Really?
And I'd say, can I go up to her? Because what? Can I do my Sinn Féin gags? And then I'm going to go, is Michelle in? Hiya, Michelle. I've sent you 17 DMs.
Yeah.
You've not read them.
And then drop the mic and just let Paddy deal with it.
Will you come out? She was born in Cork, you see, Michelle O'Neill.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to get her. So, but if there's an election next year, I mean, I'll get it. But we've put up some clips that have gone viral from the pod and have caused a few issues.
With Sinn Féin or in general?
With some of the stuff that's been said, but it's hilarious. But I don't know whether they would want to be associated with the type of content like.
Well, that's it, and then also like.
So that's another situation.
She probably just doesn't need to go down the comedy bit.
But I will say this to Mary Lou MacDonald down south.
Yeah.
She went on Darren's podcast, this guy comedian Darren in Dublin, and it was on the RT player, and it was, she never spoke about politics, but she spoke about Netflix.
Yeah.
Drinking
wine. That's what you want.
I would love to get them all on and just not mention politics.
But it was like whenever Barack Obama went on SNL.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like he's also a person, but also who has interests.
And the way I pitch it is, I want to get to know the person behind the policies, right?
Yeah.
So I sit down and go, if I had Michelle O'Neill on now, I'd be like, right, Michelle, when was the last time you were out drinking with your mates? What was it? Birthday party? Right. What's your hangover cure? You know what I mean? That's all I want to know.
It's so hard for people to get, because I had Pamela Valentine on my podcast, and Pammy loves a good night out and a good drink, and I was all to her like, do you not, because she's such a recognisable face in this country, like everyone knows her, and I was like, do you feel that like you can't just get blocked when you're out? Even though she does. And she was, do you know what I mean? And then she was like, yeah, like I feel like if I've had a couple of glasses of wine, I might just sort of need to go, right,
it's just camera phones, isn't it? Watch
myself now, because people come over for photographs and come over and say hi, and if I'm pure blocked and slur my words, then it's like, oh, do you know what I mean? There's like they'll take, but like the Arlene Foster, up the ass, someone just take a video.
I never saw that. What happened with that?
I didn't see it.
Oh, so she was at the Local Women Awards, and in City Hall, I think it was like a week or 2 weeks ago. And Gary went, can we get a selfie? But she was taking a video, and then she was like here, and then Arlene like smiled, and then she went and started singing, ooh, ah, up the rat, said, ooh, ah, up the rat, and then Arlene went, oh, no, and then the video cuts out. Now that girl works as a counsellor in a primary school.
Yeah, that's her job done.
Yeah,
she's not
fucking idiot.
She's on leave now, which means she's been told to leave.
Idiot! What a fucking dope
really
that girl
stupid
is.
thing to do.
She posted a picture apparently the other day too, holding a gun, like a real gun or something.
That was from 2020. That was, she posted it on Easter Sunday to commemorate the Easter Rising, and people are going through her historical posts now to bring shit up, because that's what happens.
She's a fucking idiot, that girl that did that photograph. Absolute fucking idiot.
But that's the way the world is going. Everyone's going to end up doing shit like that. Do you ever see now footballers signing autographs or getting selfies? They literally go up, right? Somebody goes, can we get a photo? And they go like that there, and then they walk on, and the person looks at their phone straight away. There's no interaction. There's no, you're my hero, you're my idol. There's no nice to meet you. There's no thanks a million, appreciate it. It's this fucking, can I have your shirt on your back that all kids now have at football stadiums, and then they throw them the thing, and they're like, there's no fucking thank you so much. I need this thing for my followers to show or to prove that I'm this fucking big.
That's what I think a lot about. Like, if for people who are, like, say, comedians who do really well online, I'd say most of their audience arrives and they don't really care what's being said on stage. They just want a selfie afterwards or a video of you on stage. Or
May, I went to see Chris Kent at the Everyman Palace Theatre in Cork, and I sat up at the back row with my brother, and while Chris was on doing his show, filming a special, there was a woman sat in front of me watching him on her phone on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube?
So she was watching Chris on YouTube on her phone while he was in front of her. And she was like this. Outrageous. She was like this, and the subtitles were up as well, so she's watching it. And I said to my brother, and I went, "Is that?" My brother looked at me and went, "You're not going to believe this." And she was like that. And he's up on stage talking.
I reckon she got to that gig and went, "Oh, there's no subtitles here," and then just got him up on YouTube. Yeah. He's Cork, isn't he? Yeah. So he's really the Cork, I think.
He's like,
and then she probably went, "I can't understand a word he's saying," so she got him out on YouTube to get something out of the night and watch subtitles.
Yeah, but like I was just like, fuck, you know what? There is starting elements of like the solo shows that I've done recently. Say if I've done 15 solo shows, I've had to stop 10 of them for people being on phones and talking.
On phones doing something else, or on phones filming you?
On phones and like showing their phone to people like,
oh yeah.
And I've had to stop the shows. So I was just like, do you mind can you not talk? And then it continues and go, well, how many times do I have? I can't. You're an adult, like you're a grown ass adult.
Do you know what? I respect that too, because there's a while like you would like it takes a lot of confidence to go, listen, I find that disrespectful of I'm up here giving you a show and this is what you're doing, you need to stop that. Because didn't Paul Curry a few years ago at the Fringe, I think there was people in, because obviously he always gets brilliant reviews and does really well, his show always does really well at the Fringe each year, and I think, and because he's so alternative, there might have been people in one of his shows one night who just weren't getting what he was doing because he has a very specific cult following almost. And he, I think I heard anyway, that he stopped his show and asked all the people in the room who weren't enjoying it to get out. He was like, if you're not enjoying the show, if it's not your thing, please leave now, because there's a group of people here who will fucking buzz off this next 45 minutes. I want you to leave. And people left, and it was all happy days. Now see all us who's left, we're going to have a fucking great time. And I thought that's so commendable, because
it's the atmosphere then, because you
he might have went from 50 people to 10 or 100 to 50 or whatever he did, but he was like, get out if you're not enjoying it, let the rest of us have a great time.
But that's the Edinburgh Fringe too, isn't it? People just take a punt. They just go, it's comedy. Yeah. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah.
We did our Edinburgh Fringe one show and there was 12 of us in the show, and like in our sketch script, and we did our show to 2 Chinese people, and that was it, and they not a word of English between them, and it was brilliant.
It was sat there looking at you.
They just sat there. It was like they were both in suits on the run from somebody, so they thought, we'll just go in here, nobody will find us, and they just sat in the front row, both Chinese, couldn't speak a word of English, smiles on their faces, being very polite. And we decided that night to swap characters on stage. We were like, fuck it, let's have fun, we know this show inside out. So I went on as somebody else's part and somebody else went on my part. We were doing impressions of each other. So what we did that night was a show for ourselves.
Yeah.
And messed about. It was fucking great.
And you never know, but doing messing about like that, you can end up coming up with an extra line.
Yeah.
And create more to it, like.
And it was just funny watching other people imitate how you've been doing your sketch for a month.
Yeah.
It was great.
I've stopped shows and asked people to leave. I've paid people to leave.
Give them their money back.
Like, there's a £5, mate. I'll pay. That's how much I want you to leave. I want you to leave.
That is called prostitution, when you pay them to leave. Whenever
honestly, like
done, the deed's done.
Look, I don't mind. Like, I understand. Like, especially with a late show, you have to give the audience leeway in a late show.
They've been drinking, right? And
that's fine. But if you come to a show at 8 o'clock and everyone is sitting there looking at the show, and you're talking and you're asked to not talk, and then you get upset that somebody has asked you to stop talking, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Sean was in Lavery's a few weeks, and didn't a fella stand up and ask, could I tell you a joke from the audience?
Yeah. Literally, like the last thing that happened that night, I was headlining, and it was the final part of my set. I think I was in the middle of my final joke, and he says, "Can I tell a joke?" Like, just screamed out, because I was slagging a girl down the back who I know, who I'm friends with in real life, and I was slagging her and called her like the town bike and stuff because she was rowdy.
She an ex of his?
No. I hope not. She was all this money for our heating has fallen out of it. Looks like I'm just like stealing.
Here, listen. Show me that money. Show me that money.
If you throw that around this room.
Thanks very much, Jill. Great
Clap that.
Listen, give that to Sean. I'll get Sean a lovely little present there now.
It's a girl we both know. She was actually at our wedding. But continue.
Yeah. And she was like just being rowdy, so I was just sort of slagging her, and we were just having a laugh back and forth. And this guy just stood up and he goes, "Can I tell a joke?" And then he just slurred his words and just said the most randomest of shit. And then I was like, right, I'm just going to leave the stage now. And I think I was like, that's me done. I'm
Like,
done.
how bizarre.
I was like, I just couldn't finish the final joke. I was like, you've fucking ruined it.
But the thing is, when somebody does that, this is what I do. I had a heckle in the London Comedy Store about a year ago, and I was doing this thing, and there was a guy in from Romania, and he was huge. I said, "Oh man, you're massive, like, are you a bodybuilder or something like that?" And then someone shouted something out, like, "Steroids." And I just went, "What'd you say?" And then he went quiet, and I went, "Oh, no, say it again." And he shouted, "Oh, he's probably on steroids." And I went, "Oh, that's not funny, man." And then, that kind of gets a bit of a laugh, right?
Yeah.
And then talking to him again, and he pipes up again. I went, "You know what? Up you come then. We'll give you 5 minutes. Come on. Come up on stage and do an act, and we'll see if you're any good." And freaks out.
Yeah, the blood leaves him.
The blood leaves him, right? And that's what you do. Offer it out to them.
Yeah.
Come on then. Up you come. And watch how small they become then.
Yeah.
You would be absolutely gutted if they came up and tore the place apart for 5 minutes.
Oh, absolutely mental.
You know what I mean? It was actually like Peter Kay in disguise.
Imagine if somebody came up and said,
fucking mate.
"Pandemic, what was all that about?" Face masks.
Rip the fucking
bloody
beard
face masks. Do you know what I mean? Social distancing. You what, mate? No.
Did you go on to get tickets to Peter Kay?
No, but you know what? I think he's probably the most naturally funny man that he could sit in a chair and just do that.
Yeah,
and be funny.
He's got the Bolton accent. I would love to try and find somebody in Bolton who probably isn't funny. I'd say they're all funny. That accent is lends itself to comedy so well.
Mum, like, I don't go to watch a lot of comedy though. Like,
I can't enjoy it. I can't switch off. It's work to me.
Critical?
No, it's not that I'm critical. It's the other people.
The other acts
I
or
could watch a show
audience?
and people be talking around me and phones and stuff.
The audience?
I haven't been to the cinema since 2017.
I don't think we.
Because there's no such thing as a good film anymore. That's why.
No, because
name the last good film
that I saw. Michael Collins.
I fucking when's that? The 90s.
I'll never forget it.
You don't watch that in East Belfast, do you?
Shakes the barley.
That's why I'm up here now, finishing off his work. Finishing off the man's work.
Thing is, though, is the cinema is crazy
expensive. Too expensive. Fuck that.
Yeah.
The last time we took Sean's boys, say there's 5 of us, 3 boys, went to cinema, tickets, like snacks, whatever, and I think we spent like over £100 on just the cinema, and we were just like, this is mad. 5 of us to go to the cinema is £100 odd, and like kids these days, not to sound like an old woman, going to cinema is fuck all. Whenever we were growing up, that was your birthday. You know, it was like taking kids to cinema now. They're like, well, that's just a Saturday.
You just go to Extravision and get the videos off the fucking shelf.
Yeah, yeah, the old ones, not even the new releases. The ones that were like,
oh no, it's 2 for 1 on a Friday. But what's that?
Oh, seen this one already.
Well, Wuthering Heights. Come on, let's get it.
Yeah,
50p.
Whatever. Wuthering Heights is the film. It's a song.
What was your favourite movie growing up?
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original, still is my favourite movie of all time.
Is it? Yeah.
Did you relate to Charlie?
Gene Wilder was one of my favourite actors.
Your granddad just in bed all the time.
Yeah, no, Gene Wilder. It was just the mystery of it and the wonder.
Yeah,
of the kids, and it still is It still is. I never saw the remake with Johnny Depp though because I didn't want to spoil it, but there's something unique about the original Willy Wonka.
But here, if you were going to recast Willy Wonka after Gene Wilder, Johnny Depp's your man. That was a great choice.
Yeah, but
you know
I don't like remakes. I'm not into remakes. I think it's living off the nostalgia of the original film, and I'm not into it.
I'm convinced Johnny Depp, and what do you call your woman?
Amber Heard.
No. The actor who plays all the mad parts as well is the same person. What do you call her? She's in she's in Harry Potter, and she's in
Emma Watson.
No. She plays all the cookie parts. She's in Beetlejuice.
Brenda Gleeson. No, not Brenda Gleeson. I'm fucking wrong. Is she Irish?
No. She's American. She literally looks exactly the same as Johnny Depp. I'm gonna have to look it up. Sorry.
I think I know her.
I don't think you do. Is the thing.
I know her face though.
I just realised you're wearing like half of my stuff.
These are all your clothes. Do you know what? I just had to Google there now. Quirky actresses.
That's how I found an actor once. I searched for something weird like that, and they were like 6th along, and I was like, how fucking weird.
I'll find it.
Yeah, Christmas man, Andrew.
I fucking hate every second of it.
No way.
What? You're surrounded by it right now.
There will not be one decoration in my house.
I literally put you closest to the tree.
That's the closest Christmas tree I'll get to this Christmas.
You're sitting on a Christmas blanket. You're drinking out of a Christmas cup.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
she's in The Crown as well.
How is she not Johnny Depp?
She's fit as well.
It's Johnny Depp's
with
twin.
a wig.
Yeah.
Like I reckon if they haven't decided if a part is female or male yet, it's between them two. And then they're like, well, if whatever we decide, just go with one of them two.
Who's cheaper?
They're her.
She's English.
Oh yeah.
She's English,
yeah. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Well, I'm English American, same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both tyrants.
Yeah.
that invade other countries.
Invaders. Yeah.
What are you joking? Chill
Chris
out.
Tyrant.
This is a joke.
That's that on.
If you do the whole thing, that's
We're not
even
recording.
On, I swear to God, because I've got physio after this. I hate Christmas. I despise everything about it. I think it preys on the vulnerable and also puts pressure on people financially. But it's lovely for the kids.
Can I eat one of them Santas and saying that?
Yeah, of course.
It's lovely.
Do you want an elf or a Santa?
No, I don't like Christmas.
Do you not buy people presents at Christmas?
So what I do with the nieces and nephews, I had a meeting with my nieces and nephews recently to tell them that they're due to the cost of living, I was reducing their Christmas present from €50 to €30.
Is the money you're saving on your pop-up heating not going to get you the presents?
No, but
he wants to save that, otherwise what's the point?
No, but I told them I was cutting back their money. I was only doing it for a laugh. And they were all like, no, the cost of living doesn't affect me. You've got no expenses, Andrew. You live alone. You're gonna die alone. So anyway, I will give them. I bought them their presents. I've got their presents already. And
I love the idea of your 6 and 7-year-old nieces sitting down with a notepad going, let's go through what your outgoings are.
Yeah. Honest to God, my niece is like, so have you met your tax deadline? I'm like, who the fuck are you asking me about tax? But anyway, my I go to my sister's on Christmas Day for dinner, so I'll bring her a present because she's cooking for me. But I won't buy my brothers anything. Like, I won't even see.
How come you're going somewhere on Christmas Day for dinner? Is just out of force more than anything, or
I don't want to be on Christmas Day on my own, so I have to drive to Cork for my dinner. Like,
are you driving on Christmas Day?
Christmas morning, yeah.
Christmas morning. We used to do that every year to Derry.
Yeah.
We used to.
I enjoyed it.
But I
spent
have Christmas Eve on my own, like.
But a Chris Rea playing, driving, like I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but we'd have Christmas music on. You'd probably listen to your own podcast, would you?
No, I'd be listening
for views or
12 steps, how to step away from mental health issues, how to find yourself. And who had this joke? Zoe Lyons had this joke. My friend went to India to find herself. She wasn't there.
Yeah.
But it's not that I hate it. It's sad, really, why I don't like it, but I just can't. It does my nothing, and I also don't like performing at Christmas because of the groups and the office parties,
the staff nights out.
I've gone away for some Christmases, and it's been brilliant, like to Tenerife and stuff.
Do you know who you should perform for? Do you know who I think your audience is? Based on the type of audiences I know that you don't like, just like Free Presbyterians. I think you should just go and just gig to people who aren't going to drink, who just going to worship,
not going to make any noise,
who are going to be quiet, well behaved, dress immaculately, and just sit like 10 inches apart.
And I'd open with "Good evening, Protestants."
Yeah,
my accent. But the thing is, it's like I know I might come across as being quite miserable and down about it, but like it is a shit time of year for a lot of people. Look, it's a shit time of year for me, especially with family people passing in my family and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I find that very, very tough. So my other brother, he flies away and he cycles in the mountains for a week.
Right.
He's on his own in Spain, then his partner will join him on like the 27th. So for me...
Is he married to Santa?
No. But like I will just literally turn up the kids, have the crack with the kids, forget about it as much as I can, and then on St. Stephen's Day, do you call it Boxing Day or St. Stephen's?
Boxing Day.
So St. Stephen's Day, I literally will wake up and
I wouldn't give him it.
I won't. I will. But you wouldn't give it. That's part of the marriage. Is he British?
Oh no, I wouldn't give St. Stephen.
I thought you said you wouldn't give it to him. I thought is he British or something? I don't give a shit if he's British.
He does get it.
But my point is that like, to me, it's just like, okay, just get through it and forget about it the following day.
Well, I think it's a double-edged sword, if that's the correct term. Probably not, but I think there's obviously a lot of shit things about Christmas because it can highlight, loss and grief and the rest. Yeah. But I think if you concentrate on the non-commercial, positive sides of Christmas that are just about seeing the people that you do have in your life that you love.
That's what I'm doing.
Doing nice things for people, just...
Fuck, we buzz off it.
Being a nice person.
No, like I am doing it, and I've no kids. So, Christmas Eve, my sister and her husband and their kids want to have Christmas Eve together, and I understand that because it's a real family thing, because my sister's cooking for like 8 or 10 people. So Christmas Eve, I'll just chill at home. I'll watch a film. I've no decorations. I don't even have alcohol in my house.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't drink alcohol in my house.
Why?
There's no alcohol allowed in my house. Well, you can have, like, I wouldn't drink alcohol in my house. Like, I've got a bottle of wine now. I haven't opened. Like, it's been there for years.
Why do you have that rule for?
Do you really want to know?
I'd love to.
Okay, so my dad's an alcoholic.
Right, okay.
So when my dad was drinking when I was a kid, I would associate alcoholism in a house. So when I drink, I get very, very uneasy.
It's like a trigger almost.
It's a trigger, like.
Yeah, of course.
When it's in a home setting.
Yeah, but if it was in your home, it won't bother me. Only in my home. So your house is your place of safety, right?
Yeah.
So it's your place. You come in, kick your shoes off. You can just do whatever you want, and it's your protective sort of wall. My house, it's like if I had a barbecue tomorrow, I'd have beers in it. There's no problem.
Yeah.
But for me, so right up until I was like 29, I had a load of rules. So I would never drink alcohol during daylight. So I'd only have to drink alcohol when it was dark.
The summertime, you're waiting till like 10:30, 11.
Yeah, but I never really drank.
Okay.
That's why. It wasn't worth it.
Didn't
Bedtime, by the time the sun goes down.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'd like a pint, but I would very rarely. Like, I could never go and meet Sean for a pint at 2 o'clock on a Saturday and then for the rest of the day. Say if Sean said to me.
Sean wouldn't be there either.
I know, yeah, but like, just say, for example, Sean said to me, Andrew, do you want to go for a pint Saturday at lunchtime? I want to go for lunch on Saturday and have a couple of pints. I'd be like, definitely go for lunch with you, Sean, but I can't have a couple of pints.
That's what Sean would say.
Because after I finish drinks, the next thing that has to happen is sleep. I cannot go and continue my day with alcohol in me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sean stag do. What did you order in the afternoon when everyone else was pinting?
Coffee?
Sean had a coffee at his own stag do and everyone else was drinking.
Was that your second stag do?
You wee
Andrew,
cunt.
why the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is one with me.
Yeah. But
did you have it together?
No, it's a stag. No, I started drinking about 6 o'clock, but everyone else.
He's been married twice.
I know he's been married twice. And when he gets married for the third time.
And his next one, he's
sorry,
just
Diona, did you not tell her, mate? There's something going on between me and you, Sean.
But how funny, he didn't drink during the day. Everyone else did.
Everyone else was fucking, like, even the airport. I honestly,
you've never had a drink in the airport?
All my kids' lives, I don't think I've ever had a drink in an airport.
I've only had it once.
Twice, maybe? I've had it. I had
3 times.
Had it this year for my 40th, yeah. But I find people who drink in airport, I look at them and go, wow, no wonder your kids are taking off you.
Yeah. but like, you see people like, do you know people who go on their holidays and it's like just about boozing, and that's the whole. And I'm like, I need a holiday after that.
Especially when they have a family. See people who get to the airport and they just go straight to the pub or the bar in the airport with kids.
Yeah,
and they're just necking drinks.
That shows people.
Sorry for interrupting you. I think that's people who are working to live.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, not even to work. Their life is work.
They live
that's their release. And you know what? The best of luck to them and stuff like that. But when I see stuff like that, I say, you need a bit more of a work-life balance there, so that getting shit-faced isn't. You don't need to get shit-faced.
It's their escape.
It's their escape.
That's what they're doing.
Isn't it in like Scandinavia? They do like 30-hour work weeks, 4-day work weeks, and everyone has a far higher productivity level. Also, read yesterday, the south of Ireland has 40% higher productivity than the north.
There you go.
We are lazy bitches up here.
Do you know why? Because we're better.
Yeah, but also
relax on the comments. I get it.
We're saving all our energy for pallet collecting. That's what's happening.
I just want to go. You want to make money? Pallets.
Yeah.
Sell. I said I'm going to open a pallet stall.
I want pallets for free. I built a cabin a few years ago from somebody who gave me like maybe 60 pallets.
For free? Did you get them?
Yeah, but you can't get them now. You have to pay for them. It's £1 of fucking one piece of wood.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
People break them down themselves now and charge £1 for every slat of wood.
That's insane.
But I wonder why it's become so lucrative, because for age it's been bonfire wood.
The price of wood since the pandemic, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's maybe harder to source. Not as many people out working and cutting down trees and whatever, and also everybody's building shit.
Because
so they're like,
people
let's put a price
in
on
the
it.
Pandemic, like when I worked in B&Q in the pandemic, like everyone was doing up their house.
Yeah.
The pandemic, because everything's a pint now. Pandemic.
It's not a pint.
You just said you were selling bits of wood for £1. Why are you lying?
So, but I think, so alcohol at home is a no-go for me. Although, if I had a dinner party, but do you really think I'm the kind of guy that's going to have a dinner party?
No, it'd be too messy. Would you not just throw up a wee tree? You're not into having decorations at all?
No, nothing. I wouldn't spend the money. Why would I?
Do you want one of ours?
Put up a tree to look at it for myself. No way. I have to take it down then. That's work.
Yeah, but you just put it up the way.
Do you know what you need? You need reprogrammed.
Oh, I'm fine.
You need reprogrammed through therapy. That's what you need.
Sean, I've completed it, mate.
ADMR?
Go again.
I've completed therapy.
ADMR.
I was thinking about taking, what's that drug?
AMDR?
ASMR.
No.
You need to think about Christmas.
What's that drug you take? And
MDMA.
Rewires your brain. Horse tranquilizer. Ketamine.
Ketamine?
Do that.
Does that rewire your brain?
Apparently, yeah. But you have to be watched.
No, it doesn't.
But do you think you would take it and start singing like "All I Want for Christmas Is You" and you just go ballistic, fucking tinsel and stuff like?
Listen, I know I'm coming across as a Grinch here now, right? But listen, don't get me wrong.
It's circumstantial.
I don't dislike Christmas. I get it, and it's great for people who can really enjoy it. And fair play to you. And people are seeing families that they haven't seen, and people are repairing relationships. But it's also a very difficult time for people who've lost loved one. And this is the first Christmas out of the pandemic, isn't it? Where all restrictions have been done.
Yeah, I think so.
For the whole holidays.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult for people. But, obviously, I've lost people in my immediate family. So for me, and I have no kids, and I'm just a bit like my mother who's passed, her favourite time of year was Christmas. So it's really tough for us. So for me, it's like, I deal with it. I've got neighbours where I live here. I'll buy their kids presents. I'll buy my nieces and nephews presents. I'll buy my sister's presents. And I'll see the people that I want to see. And I'll call around to some of my mum's friends and how are you? Bring a packet of biscuits. But in terms of, let's get into pyjamas and watch the Christmas movies. No, because I used to do that. And I don't want to do that. Until I have, say, touch wood, if I ever got married and had my own kids, then I would be like, right, okay, I need to move on. But at this moment, I'm still in grief, like.
In that limbo.
I'm still in a horrible place.
Yeah, it's still quite soon and close, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so,
it's understandable.
But it's not against it, like, and I try and make jokes about it, make light of it, put up Christmas, no, fuck that, can't be arsed. But, like, that's just the way it is at the moment for me. Like,
so it's something you will. Like, do you think you will try and if you do go on to get married and have kids, do you think that's something that you will kind of just learn to or try and figure out? Oh yeah,
but I mean, time is a great.
Embrace it.
Isn't great. Time is a great. Not a healer, but like, yes, it is a healer. But like, time is. I can't be stuck in that zone all the time. But at the moment, like, this is where I am. But instead of fighting it, I need to accept it and let that process through me.
Yeah.
Have you guys done therapy?
I have.
I did.
You did too?
Yeah, I did too, yeah. I didn't take to it. I don't know if it was... Do you know what it is? I have no attention span. See, 30 seconds after someone starts talking, I'm just like... What gigs have I got coming up?
I know. He's also extremely cynical. So Sean would be like, that's a pile of shite, that's not going to work, what's the point? He was so cynical.
And I live for today. I don't live for 6 months down the line or a year down the line. I live for right now.
Even when we started our IVF process, right? So we literally started that within a year of meeting. And only because we knew we were going to be together, we were no way ready to have kids. I was like, I don't want to have kids for like another 5 years. And Sean was like, well, why are we starting the process now? I went, because it's going to take about 6 or 7 years. And I knew that. And Sean would be like, let's just wait till we're ready to have kids. If that had happened... we still wouldn't have winter now. We'd be years off having winter because it took about 6-7 years, the process. Oh. And I told him, you don't understand. These things take so much time. There's waiting lists. You have to save money. There's, procedures you need to have done and then wait to see if they've worked. And then all these things that take a long, long time. I could see that in the distance. I could see the time that takes. Say I was in my late 20s or whatever, mid-20s. I was like, I know I don't want kids till I'm over 30, but if we start this now when I'm 25, I might have a child by the time I'm 32. And he was like, don't be silly, that's crazy. Let's wait till you're 32. I'd be 40 then before I'd be able to... And that's difficult for a woman, biologically.
Especially to bring up a child and as a single mom, like.
But Sean can't see that he's just like here today.
Gone, like,
yeah.
40 years old and pregnant. Shut the
I know.
fuck up, Diona.
Do you think it's hard in your 30s?
Shut up, Diona. You don't listen to me.
I see, after having a child, after going through what you go through to be pregnant and have a baby and give birth.
Sex is enjoyable. Relax.
No. I swear to God.
It's a formality.
I have lost all respect for men because you have fuck all to do. No, I swear to God. It does happen, and I never thought it would happen to me.
Maybe put this on Instagram Live.
Yeah. These are useless fuckers.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. I said to him last night, the chemical changes a woman's body goes through over the course of about 2 years, being pregnant, giving birth, and postpartum.
Diona, you guys break up. Who gets the house here?
Well,
It's my home territory.
No, she'll get the house.
Me?
She can fuck
I paid more.
She's married. She's kids. She'll get the house. You're fucked, man.
He's got more kids, though. He probably would get it. Do you know what? I'd be away on. Why would I stay in Craigavon? I'd be here. Have you the house? I'll take
Diona, you can move in with me, but there's no Christmas and there's no drink.
Yeah. The two only things I enjoy.
The two of us just sitting there. Now it's time for Bible reading.
You be round. I bet you have a Hoover for your Hoover. Like a wee tiny handheld that hoovers up your Hoover like Monica.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes. I knew you would.
Yeah. But what do you have for that Hoover?
I have a big Henry, which the wire is actually loose at the moment, so it's cutting in and cutting off, and I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to buy the the big
Dyson?
one, the Dyson one, but it's a big tall one.
Do you know, just for a wee treat after this podcast, I'm going to let you whiz around my living room with the Dyson.
I've got Dyson now.
Whiz round out here.
Yeah.
Out here needs done.
There's one in there. You can have a wee go at it afterwards. Over my house for me.
Yeah. Oh, 400 quid, aren't it?
You should have got it on Black Friday deals.
Black Friday goes on for about a month though.
Well, then go on now.
No, yeah. So yeah, but I mop the floors. I love mopping because I live alone, so my house is really clean. Like it's a bit too clean. You kind of go, oh, he mustn't have any friends.
Yeah, but then
that kind of clean. Like, he's always inside.
You're all. Yeah.
But like the thing is, when my friends from Cork, because my friends are scattered all over the island and they're in England as well. Like so, obviously they're all most of them are all married with kids, so it's very hard to actually meet up. So the people that I tend to meet when I'm off, like on a Monday or Tuesday, like and I want to have a coffee with somebody, I go for a coffee with Jade from the Empire because she's got kids and the kids are in daycare, school, whatever, so she gets a bit of free time and meet up with her, or it's other comics. Yeah. But I was like, so it's literally just me and Aaron, because me and Aaron are both exactly the same, except I'm just a few years older than him. He's had a vasectomy at 25. He doesn't want kids. I've got no kids.
He doesn't drink.
Doesn't drink. Don't get me wrong, I like my pints, but it's a very controlled environment for alcohol for me because I know I have that gene in me, the addiction gene. So like I have 4 pints, then I have to drive home like. So, but my point is like, so I'll drink on Friday night and Saturday night in Dubai because my friends are there who live out there, and then I'll have a couple of days off it, and I'll try and go to the World Cup on the Monday. I've checked the flights and all that. I've no ticket. I might just fly in, have a look, sort the issues.
The stadiums are half empty. Fuck's sake.
No, last 16 will be busier, I think. But the stadiums are half empty in Russia as well. A lot of the games, like so, it's not a Qatar thing. It's a ticketing allocation issue. And do you know how expensive it is? Like 12 quid a pint out there, like
unreal.
But they're not. You can't. Only people with corporate tickets can buy the drinks. You can't drink out there.
You can drink in hotels.
Only ones that aren't street facing.
Unreal.
If you've got windows in the hotel that face the main street. Yeah, because if they can see in, if people walk down the street.
all the bars and the hotels are hidden away. Because if you go to Dubai, all the hotel bars in the Dubai, they're all like downstairs.
Yeah.
Or up the top. You won't be able to see. You can't look in and see someone.
They don't want people to see you drinking.
I was in Bahrain. I was doing a show in Bahrain, and afterwards we were in this bar, and a lot of Saudi Arabians come over to Bahrain for the weekend to drink. Right, that's what they do. They drive over, and I was in Bahrain, and I swear to God, I saw a guy in full Arabic gear, the white thing, everything he had, and he was standing in a bar in Bahrain, drinking a pint of Guinness and smoking a fag. And I said to another comedian, I said, I want to take a picture of him.
Yeah.
The guy who was promoting the gig came over and he went, if you take a picture of him and he finds out and you post that online, you will be in prison.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, you do not take a picture of him.
Do you know what it's like?
I was like,
in The Handmaid's Tale.
He put his hand on my shoulder. He's like, you do not. You ignore that.
Have you seen The Handmaid's Tale?
Jeez.
Because it's obviously like this, like what's the opposite word to like dysphoria? Like it's obviously this like awful future where people like women are forced to, like they're like raped to have kids for these rich families here in Fairtown and whatever. It's crazy, controlled, bizarre. Women are second class citizens. They're just baby making machines. But everyone lives by like there's no alcohol, there's no fun, everyone walks in straight lines down the road, everyone wears colour coded clothes to show which part of society they belong in. It's so fucking crazy. But there's just like one building that everyone goes to, and the guys just like hire strippers and get fucked up and take drugs and everything goes.
What's this called again?
I know, but it's like this, and it's called like I don't know, Wacky Sally's or Sexy Sally's or something this building's called, or like Dirty Susan's, I don't know. But it's just like the whole place is so controlled, but they have this one building where everyone just goes and loses their shit. And I was like, that's what that's like. It's like they're like skipping across a border or going somewhere where they won't get caught, just boozing up. And well, it's like, well, obviously everyone wants to, so why not just let
It's literally Lurgan, isn't it? In the map of the north.
I've never been to Lurgan.
You're here?
You drove through it to get here.
Well, you're
Is this Lurgan?
This is Craigavon.
Well, I've never been to Lurgan. Driving through it's a different story.
Yeah, you'd have come off at Lurgan and followed the road out.
I've not been into Lurgan.
You wouldn't need them. Why wouldn't you? Would have no need.
Unless you need a Chinese or a haircut.
Yeah.
Or a taxi. There's no point in going near Lurgan.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all there is. Just threes.
Good to know. There's no point in going near a lot of places up here, isn't there?
Yeah,
Not
it's
really.
just Chinese haircuts.
Sorry, every time I go to Ballymena, how many flags do you need?
Yeah.
I did a gig in Ballymena next weekend in the Front Page Bar. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's ran by Paddy McGahey.
It's...
Paddy's a lovely fella.
Yeah. See, this room is 3 times the size of the venue.
Packed out.
Yeah.
Fair play.
With 20 people.
It's like an old living room. It's
bananas. Remember you did it?
Yeah.
I haven't done it yet.
I'd love to do it.
Have you not done it yet?
You did it about 3 years ago.
I did it pre-pandemic, and it was like my 5th or 6th gig.
I was going to say it was one of your first gigs.
And I remember being like, and I remember having like 2 or 3 gigs on that night, and I remember being like,
that's right.
I'm such a working comedian now. I'm all over the country.
It's all about me from here on in.
And it was like there's like a fireplace behind you, like a mantelpiece, and there's like the full lights on, and it's like the staff come in and like just get
it's a pensioner's living room.
It's literally somebody's living room.
Yeah.
In this bar.
I'd love to do it.
Great gig though.
Yeah, I might need.
You can pay it too.
I need to tap you up next week for something.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
Do those drugs. Don't be drugs.
Cat.
Yeah.
I was going to say too. Do you remember, like, what do you call that drug people take and they go on this fucking trip and they go off and like
Paracetamol.
no? Do people go off
mushrooms,
on like these? No, they go on like retreats and they take this like
Magic mushrooms.
Muscawasha or
It's a funny name. It's like a Japanese
ayahuasca.
name. Ayahuasca. Did you ever hear that?
No.
And people pay to go on these retreats. They're legal. And they're maybe away for like a week, and they take this and they have like these big life affirming experiences where they like hallucinate and like they like meet their fucking maker, or they like, you know, confront their demons, and then they come through at the other end. It's like therapy. They're on drugs the whole time. People are like naked and it's you know.
I think I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard something around that, and you pay for it, and you get minded and all that. Like you're not going to die or anything.
I think there's
you get locked in a room or something, don't you? Or you get
so
this,
you can't.
Yeah, there's security or there's something, and everyone's just going bananas in this.
But people come through it. Do you know when people come out of Big Brother? Like, well, that was an experience.
It's exactly the same.
It's like that. It's like they feel like
different tasks.
Yeah, they've had to do shopping. They've had to do the groceries.
They've had to budget on 40 quid a week between 15 of them.
They've had an argument with a nun on a skateboard.
Yeah, that's class. Love that.
People do that, but I think that's like a form of therapy. I think people say like they go do that and then they come
clears
out.
their brain or something, does it? Or
I think they access memories they couldn't remember, like they can't access normally, and then they like figure why they have the traits.
Yeah, they like
have.
relive these actual demonic moments of their lives and stuff.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't do it if I was you. Just take 2 paracetamol and go to bed.
No. You know, my problem is I'd get addicted to it.
Would you? In one go.
I mean, I smoked dope a couple of times whenever I was like at uni and all, and that is not for me. See that feeling of complete. I am such a granny.
I smoked weed for the first time in June.
Yeah.
For my birthday.
Oh, you were saying Amsterdam?
No, New York.
New York.
Oh,
and it was the best crack ever. Like,
did you not feel sick?
Oh, I loved it.
Did you?
I've not done it since, but I said, 40 years of age, I want to tick one thing. I said I want to do a drug. So we got weed. It's legal over there. It's New York's legal, yeah. So I said, go into the shop and you buy it. He said, he goes, what do you want? He goes, what do you want, man? I goes, I want to be chilled and I want to be giggly. He goes, you take this one, like $20. So I'm like, nice one.
2 tickets to Larry's.
So I took 5 puffs off it. And oh my good jeez, I waited about 20 minutes. Well, I could have married anyone. I was just like, this life is great, lad.
I bet you they cannot wait to see people coming to buy that off them.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what type of experience do you want? We've got 40 different types here. They're all fucking same shit, just broken in different boxes. Yeah. Oh, you want to be giggly? Yeah. This is your giggly one. Yeah. This is your giggly dope. Off you go. Giggle.
Oh man, absolutely loved it. Like, yeah. And I said, right, I've done it, and I've never done it since, and I've no craving for it or no interest in doing it.
So you don't have an addictive personality then?
I do, but like with that, it was like really.
But how could you control that?
Because to me, drugs is forbidden. So alcohol isn't forbidden.
Yeah, right. I know what you mean.
It's a different mindset, you know.
Yeah, I think I wrote my best ever joke the other day.
What was it?
What's black and blue and smells like your neighbour's letterbox? Your dad's dick.
I don't know how you made the connection from what we were talking about.
I think that'll do us, guys. Cork in the North podcast.
Have a great Christmas anyway. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you. I have to go to physio now and I see a therapist after this.
Yeah, just for that joke.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Cork in the North podcast. Andrew Ryan, Diona Doherty's on fucking everything and anything.
Fuck,
just
to be honest with you, like,
turn the TV on. She's on.
Nolan about that.
Yeah.
I meant to ring Stephen Nolan about it.
Yeah.
About me?
Yeah.
I rang in to counteract because it pays our mortgage. I was the for, you were the against.
Yeah.
I rang in
we
just
should
after.
do that as a laugh, you know, like
that'd be good,
go on,
wouldn't
like BBC Question Time, and I say, Sean, you go on that side, and we'll just start going, and at the end of it, we'll just hug it out in front of everyone. Like,
yeah.
The things, Dave, like the amount of times I've been rang going, we're doing a debate tomorrow on whether or not women should wear heels in the workplace. Can you come on before? And I was like, do you think I have nothing to do with my life other than go on the radio and talk to you about shit?
Yeah, that's what
also wear heels if you want.
It's none of my business what a woman does.
Yeah.
And then all
just
you hear is, and now we go to...
Just don't leave me. Again, you know who you are. Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, Cork in the North podcast with Aaron Butler 3 times a month.
7 times.
7 times on his own. No.
7 episodes altogether.
4 episodes a month for free and 3 patrons.
There you go.
Remember when with you?
At Andrew Ryan Comedy. Love you loads.
Andrew Ryan Comedy. And myself and Diona, we have, how many tickets have we left for our show? About 12?
Not many, eh?
Yeah.
If you're going to see Home Alone, goh.co.uk, there's availability for Boxing Day and New Year's Eve, and the rest of the other 30 shows are just single seats left.
I don't like directing people to goh.co.uk because they could go on and be distracted and end up buying fucking Book of Mormon. So there you go, Home Alone, goh.co.uk, big tickets on that. Cork in the North podcast.
Ciao bella.
About.